All right, who's here on Jonathan Robbins? All right, and if Robbins will come down, please. Okay, and on this case, let me see.
This is the one I was telling you, Your Honor, that's gonna be reset for sentencing,
Okay,
hopefully.
no. Let me see. All right, so before we go on the record, PSIs, they're taking 8 to 12 weeks. Do you want a full PSI, or if you want to come back quicker and I can hear whatever witnesses anybody wants to bring?
I don't anticipate there's gonna be any witnesses.
All right, so do you want a full PSI and tap?
Yes, please.
All right, I need a date for PSI and tap. March. Let's do March 3rd. All right, March 3rd. Court is calling 2025 CR 014242 State versus Jonathan Robbins. Can I have parties announced?
Rick Fanning for the state of Texas.
Patrick Lawns for the defense.
And are you Mr. Robbins?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Robbins, did you review the application for deferred adjudication with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, Your
And
Honor.
did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you review the true bill of indictment with your attorney?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are not, Your Honor. We're proceeding on count 2 only. We will waive count 1.
No objections to that, Your Honor.
Mr. Robbins, did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
You're charged with assault, family household, impeding breath or circulation as a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I believe he does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Robbins, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you into this plea?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes.
If you're not a U.S. citizen, by entering this plea, you will be deported, denied naturalization, and re-entry. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
According to the plea, the state is proceeding on count 2. They're asking that your punishment be assessed at a cap of 4 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State is silent on your applications. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. Did you understand with the affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand that to be your plea?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Defense?
It is, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to count 2, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest, Your Honor.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. This time, state offers into evidence, states exhibit 1 with all attachments.
No objections, Your Honor.
And state, have you spoken with the complainant?
We have, Your Honor.
All right, state, you may be excused. Did you review the waiver and stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by entering this plea, the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you asking for a mental health evaluation as well?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea. Your Honor.
All right, we're going to come back on March 3rd for a PSI and TAP evaluation, the results of that, and also probation, if you could do a MIC evaluation. All right, is there anything else?
Nothing for us, Your Honor.
All right, when you come back, I'll make my decision on your application based upon whatever evidence is presented. All right,
Thank you,
thank
Your
you.
Thank you.
All right, who's next? Anyone else next?
Can be your own. Yeah.
Just 1 second.
We've got page 71 down. I didn't get it.
All right, who's here on Malachi Bockham?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, and are you all proceeding with the motion to revoke?
Not today, Your Honor. I was gonna ask for some time on that. There's some evidence I need to review for the new number ones. And the evidence is so large, I have to give them an external hard drive for them to download for me.
All right. And state,
Yes.
on this motion to revoke, are you all going to be proceeding on the allegations from Harris County?
I believe so, Judge.
Well,
I think that
I don't believe so. That
Mr.
you're gonna,
Beck-
that you're gonna proceed on those?
Well, I'm not talking about today. I'm just wondering.
Yeah.
Is that going to happen? Or are we going to come here and he's receiving discovery on Harris County cases that y'all are not going to proceed on?
The Harris County case has already been disposed of, and I don't believe it was even alleged in these.
No, it's in the motion to revoke.
Okay.
So if y'all want to discuss to make a decision on whether or not y'all actually going to be proceeding on that.
I think we have a potential resolution, Your Honor. It just depends on the evidence in the cases here in Bear County. Those are the ones that I need access to.
Okay, so if y'all could find out if that's going to happen and then come back and I'll take it up. Okay,
of course, Judge.
thank you. Who else is ready?
Sorry.
All right, I'm going to go down the list. Fabian Singh. All right, do we know where his attorney is? All right, can you call somebody from the MAC to come over?
Yes, sir.
All right, Joseph Stateson, is he here on Aristide? Okay. What is happening with that case, State, do you know? It's supposed to be plea deadline today.
on Zoom, we took through the offer, sit a little bit.
All right, Norma, if you can call Joseph Stateson.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, and then the attorney for Aras Mendez. That's Lefton.
Yes.
Okay. Ron Ross on Cancino.
I think I should have that back.
All right, if you'll have someone from Mac come over, please. And then. All right, and then we need the attorney for Cunningham.
Three times, but he got that.
No, he said that he talked to him.
Oh, yeah, he talked him, told to be here, and then the defendant didn't show up.
Yes, she told the attorney that he will be here, but he didn't show up.
All right, could you make an announcement for him in the hallway?
Eric,
Court is calling 2025 CR 013536 State versus Aaron Charles Cunningham. Can I have someone from the state announce?
see?
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. This hearing was previously scheduled on January 15th. The defendant was not present, and the court reset the case for today, hoping that the defendant would make an appearance. The defendant still has not made an appearance. And Deputy Laura, you stated he's not outside the courtroom,
No, Your Honor, he is not out there.
state?
We would be asking for a bond forfeiture at this time.
All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant and remand him without bond. Thank you. All right, where is Torrey House? All right, have you had contact with your attorney? All right, if you'll call him.
That Rolando?
Yes.
Yeah, he's in trial
Okay,
in.
all right, if you'll come forward, please.
And it's gonna take 2 weeks.
All right. So the coordinator just told me your attorney's in trial in another county, so we're gonna recall you. Norma, give me a reset date in 2 weeks, please. I'm sorry, 3 weeks.
Can do, February 12th.
All right, so we'll be back on February 12th.
Okay,
And once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
okay.
Just let us see what cut you
Okay,
are.
thank you.
I need to bring it back. On good one. Reset form.
Okay,
Joseph Satan says he's about 2 minutes away.
okay.
There was a malpractice, motion that they wanted to.
Okay, just give me a moment.
Man, have a seat on this side.
All right, Bryant Evans. Deputy Laura, can you see if there's a Bryant Eric Evans in the hallway?
Sergeant?
Can you see if there's a Bryant Eric Evans in the hallway? State on page 6 on Bryant Eric Evans. As y'all know, sometimes Odyssey doesn't send things the way they should go. It's not a violent offense. Do y'all have any objections to that being recalled for January 29th to see if someone can get in touch with him?
No.
All right. Norma, we're gonna recall Evans for January 29th, but see if Matt can come up here, please. All right, thank you. And I'm so sorry, Deputy
Can
Lord.
you go announce
Yes,
the next three?
yes, please. Monet Shade, Gabriel Hernandez, and Scott Hamblin.
Oh, yeah, he didn't, it was a no-show.
Okay. And then I'll take up this matter after I take up these three.
First. I know she's supposed to be, so I don't know if you're gonna ask her.
All right, thank you. All right, the court is calling 2025 CR 14006 State versus Gabriel Hernandez for the state.
Writing Galloway for the state.
All right, defense counsel on this case was here earlier. Defense counsel stated that she had not had any contact with her client. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement for Gabriel Javier Hernandez?
Yes, Jill. Did,
And what were the results?
not out there, Jill.
State?
That's the bond.
All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant, remand him without bond. All right, the court is going to call 2025 CR 14158 State versus Scott Eugene Hamblin. Could I have announcements from the state?
Galloway for the state.
Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement for Scott Hamblin in the hallway?
Yes, Your Honor, I did. He is not out there.
All right, state. All right, the court will issue a judge's warrant, remand him without bond. All right, and you said you had an off-docket matter?
Yes, just for Richard Evans.
Do I have something?
Yes, Your Honor. May I approach?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's, Kyle Simpson is out of county. He had me bring, that to you. It's an agreed, I know that it's up to the court's discretion, an agreed, $5,000 bond on an MTR. He's on deferred, so he's entitled to a bond, as you know, but he's been sitting for another week. And so he's gonna be there for like close to 3 weeks by the time. So I was wondering if we could,
So legally, the defendant has to be in front of me for me to set a bond. If you want, you can see what the magistrates will do. Because there are certain questions that I need to know about your client before I set
Understood.
a bond.
okay, so I can just reach out to the judge then, since he's in jail? Okay,
All
great.
right,
Thank you.
Sure, no problem. Oh, yeah, you may want to ask her.
And for Indy Hernandez, he
Mhm.
refused to come because it's commissary day.
Oh, well, he needs to be here.
He didn't come. He refused.
Now, is that a contested hearing?
It's with Lauren Lefton. Yes, Judge, the victims have been here since.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna go. And, we'll put on the record, witnesses will need to be called, and then it can be determined whether or not he voluntarily absented himself. So. All right, anyone else ready?
It's, yeah, he's just chilling. I just wanted to see.
And are y'all ready on Vulcan? Chum?
I think we're working it out, Judge.
Okay, all right, thank you. And Norma? See if Aris Mendez is available by Zoom. But that hearing will happen today. Hi. So we have two issues.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, everyone. We're not going to be here till after 5. So if people are ready on the contestants, let's get it started. Court is calling 2025 CR 000447 State versus Malachi Balcom. Could I have parties announced?
Brandon Prater from the state.
Patrick Collins for the defense.
And I'm so sorry. How do you pronounce your last name? Balcom. And are you Malachi Balcom?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision and First Amendment Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Judge.
Are you the same Malachi Adon Balcom who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2025 CR 000447 for the offense of unauthorized use of a motor vehicle on March 26, 2025 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Judge will be proceeding on violation of condition number 1, specifically that on or about the 18th day of August 2025 in Harris County, Texas, the defendant Malachi Adon Bachman committed the offense of unauthorized use of a vehicle in violation of condition number 1.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
State.
Judge, the agreed
No,
recommendation.
the other allegations.
Oh, Judge, we'll waive and abandon the remaining allegations.
We
Any
have no
objection?
objection to that, Your Honor.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 1, the court could find it true, find you guilty, sentence you up to 10 years, up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 1?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 1 true. Is there a proposed agreement?
Judge, there is. The agreed recommendation is to revoke the defendant, sentence him to 1 year state jail, but we will proceed on 1244 for that 1 year state jail.
So would be safe.
All right, are you asking the court to follow that agreement?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Are you waiving your right to appeal?
Yes.
Okay. Then the court will grant the motion, find you guilty, revoke, sentence you to 1 year in the Bexar County Jail under 1244. Give you credit for any time served. Let me see here. Probation, was there any restitution that was owed?
do not see any restitution listed, Judge.
All right. And there's to be no residing in households with minors. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So what is going to happen with this new case?
Judge would be taking into consideration.
All right, so do y'all have forms for me to sign?
We do, Judge.
All right, thank you.
There you
All right, so this is what I'm gonna tell you. How old are you?
20, just turned 20.
You just turned 20
Yes, ma'am.
and you are a convicted felon. You are gonna have to make a decision on what you want to do with your life. If you end up making the wrong decision, then what will end up happening is you're either gonna spend the rest of your life in prison, or either somebody is not gonna appreciate you stealing their vehicle and they're gonna catch you in the middle of taking their vehicle and it's not gonna turn out well for you. You understand? All right, make better choices, all right?
Thank you.
You still have a chance to change your life around. All right, thank you. You'll need to take that to
Yeah.
county court.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're
For
welcome.
these day dismissals, can I set the in the year? Or?
County court?
Oh, thank you. Sorry, what was that? Okay. Yeah, those two are for felony, the other one's for missing. Good job.
You're welcome. Have a good one.
Address.
Hey, how's it going? All right, who's ready? And what is the update on the other person who said it's commissary day or whatever?
I sent the email out, so we got to jail. That's where long as it's clear and-
All right, let's proceed.
I'll stay there on the last page.
Okay. Court is calling DC 2022 CR 6828 State versus Alonzo Miguel Taylor. Can I have parties announced for the record?
Dropping off ours for the fence.
All right, if you all will take your seat over here, please.
If we're done, quiet.
Oh, yeah, they're gonna move him over here.
Mr. Cater.
Judge, I discussed with Ms. Galloway. My client had previously pled not true to the violations read at the last setting.
Mhm.
At this time, we are asking to change his pleas of not true on certain violations, but still not true on the new number one violations.
Okay,
You can just reread the violations and.
yes. All right. And are you Alonzo Taylor? All right, did you review the document entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Alonzo Miguel Taylor who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 6828 for the offense of unlawful possession of a firearm by felon on May 10th, 2023 for a period of 5 years? Is that you? All right, state.
Violated condition number one, on or about the 10th day of November 2025 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alonzo Miguel Taylor, committed the offense of burglary of a habitation in violation of condition number one.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Not true.
Violated condition number two, on or about the 17th day of July 2025 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alonzo Miguel Taylor, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number two.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violated condition number two, on or about the 18th day of June 2025 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alonzo Miguel Taylor, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent in the court in violation of condition number two.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number two, on or about the 19th day of May 2025 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alonzo Miguel Taylor, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number two.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violated condition number two, on or about the 8th day of April 2025 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alonzo Miguel Taylor, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number two.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violated condition number two, on or about 31st day of March 2025 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alonzo Miguel Taylor, did then and there fail to submit to drug testing as directed by the court officer, supervision officer, and or a duly authorized agent of the court in violation of condition number two.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number 15, on or about the 13th day of November 2025 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alonzo Miguel Taylor, did then and there fail to complete 178 hours of community service restitution in violation of condition number 15.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
Violated condition number 3, on or about.
Just 1 second. Do y'all have an amended motion? Because I don't have it.
We do, Judge. I have a copy if you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Taylor, did you review the first amended motion to enter adjudication of guilt and revoke community supervision with your attorney, and did you understand it?
Yes.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Judge, I'm sorry, just one moment. So, from the first amended, there's a violation of condition number 1 regarding the offense of criminal mischief. And then a violation of condition number 1 for assault bodily injury. At this time, we're gonna waive those 2 violations, but then proceed on the next 2.
All right. Any objection to waiver of count 1, the criminal mischief?
No objections.
I'm sorry, violation of condition number 1, the mischief.
No objections, Judge.
Any objection to the waiver of violation of condition number 1, the assault bodily injury?
No objections.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Violated condition number 3, on or about the 25th day of November 2025 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Alonzo Miguel Taylor, did then and there fail to obtain and keep gainful employment in a lawful occupation, failed to show proof of employment, failed to report to a jobs counselor or employment agency as directed by the court supervision officer, failed to tender financial documents as directed by the court and or supervision officer in violation of condition number 3.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Violated condition number 7, On or about the 11th day of November 2025 in Bear County, Texas, the defendant Alonzo Miguel Taylor did then and there possess contraband in his home, vehicle, on his person, namely marijuana, in violation of condition number 7.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
True.
All right. Did you understand by pleading true to violations 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 15, and 3, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 10 years in the prison? Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violations 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 15, and 3?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 15, and 3 true. All right, State, are you ready to proceed on the other violations?
We are, Your Honor. Well, I guess before we get started, I'd like to invoke the rule. There are 2 witnesses present that have been served with subpoenas. And so I'd like to invoke the rule at this time.
All right, the rule will be invoked.
So Judge, I can walk them out and kind of explain what's going on.
All right, sure. All right, thank you. Oh, you can have a seat. All right, and Ms. Lefton,
Hi, Judge.
your client said he would not be appearing because of commissary or something,
That is my understanding.
some activity. So they're bringing him on by Zoom. Do you want to speak to him in a breakout room?
I do. I can zoom in
Okay,
and step outside if that's okay.
yes. All right, whenever you're ready, just let me know.
I think I'm good.
No, he hasn't. It's a blank screen.
You can go ahead.
All right, could you state, call your witness?
State calls Officer Galan.
All right, could you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you speak up so the court reporter can hear and I can hear and everyone else can as well. If you'll state your name for the record.
Officer Galan.
You may proceed.
Officer Galan, how are you presently employed?
I'm sorry,
How are you presently employed?
full time at the Santa Fe Police Department,
How long have you been a police officer?
11 years.
And what
And
was
I'm
your
so
position-
sorry, just one moment. If we can go off the record for a moment. Attorney Stateson,
Yes, Your Honor.
that's okay. Your client left the Zoom. So if you,
With him. It took a while, but he's accepted an offer.
okay,
I'll need to get paperwork from the state that.
yes.
And maybe we could recall this for in-person signatures.
All right, we're back on the record. Sorry, you may proceed.
Officer Galan, how long have you been a police officer?
11 years.
And what was your position on November 10th, 2025?
Patrolman?
Are you in the same title and assignment as you were then?
Yes.
Are you familiar with SAPD case number 25229610?
Yes.
What case is that?
It ended up being a burglary. It initially started as a disturbance.
How did you get involved in that case?
I was the handling officer.
Were you dispatched?
Yes.
Where were you dispatched to?
I believe it was 144 Nelson.
And what were you? Is that in Bear County, Texas?
Yeah. Yes.
And what did you observe when you arrived at the scene?
When I arrived, I observed a female, an adult female, and adult male, and 2 children.
What was their demeanor like when you arrived at the scene?
The adult female on scene, she seemed like she was in a panic. Like she was trying to tell me what was going on. She seemed like she was trying to catch her breath and speak really fast at the same time. She appeared frantic, like she was gonna give you the details of what's going on.
And what did she say to you about the incident that they called for?
I'd object to hearsay, Judge.
Sustained.
If can I
Unless-
respond to that, sorry. Regarding what the witness testified to, we believe that it's an excited utterance because it was close in time to when the offense had occurred. It was still an ongoing emergency. And she was still under distress of this situation based on his testimony that she's frantic.
Foundation will need to be laid. And then, counsel, if foundation is laid, the court will hear your objections.
Yes, Judge.
Are you familiar with what time the call was made for the disturbance?
Don't know the exact time, I just remember it was after 7 p.m.
Judge, may I approach?
Yes.
You can root something that don't root directly.
When was the call disturbance made?
7:54 p.m.
And when is it cited that you're first? When you were first on scene at that time? For the disturbance?
The exact time I don't remember, but I know it was within 10 minutes.
You can refresh your memory with the article.
$7:57,
And when was the original call made?
$7:53,
And how long would you say that is between those times?
4 minutes.
4 minutes? Can you repeat again what the demeanor was when you arrived on scene?
Yes, the adult female that I made contact with who was already standing in her front yard when I arrived on scene. She appeared frantic and anxious.
Was the suspect on scene at that time?
No,
Were there, at the time, were there any additional units looking for the suspect?
yes,
Judge, at this time, I would offer the statements as not hearsay as to accept.
Oh,
them.
you can ask your question and then I'll hear any objection.
They actually heard give a statement to you.
And I would object to calls for hearsay. And also, Judge, I would object that it violates the confrontation clause.
All right. The question that they've asked, the answer is either yes or no. Was a statement given? And then if there's an objection, this needs to be signed by the judge in county court number 8. Mhm.
You can answer.
yes.
What was their original or initial statement to you?
Objection, sorry, Judge, for being a little early. Objection now to hearsay, calls for hearsay, and it violates the confrontation clause.
All right, and with regards to this statement that is being made, who is the witness alleged to be?
She's the victim of the homeowner. And so we believe that the foundation has been laid for an excited utterance, and as far as the confrontation clause goes, she's the next witness.
Oh, the witness is here?
Yes.
All right, then the objection will be overruled. You may answer the question.
So you can repeat the question.
What was actually her original statement to you when you were on scene?
That her sister-in-law was visiting with her son at the residence when her boyfriend showed up and forcibly removed her from the residence by her.
Were you wearing a body worn camera at the time?
Yes,
Was it in working order when you were on scene?
yes,
Did you review that body cam footage?
yes,
Is it a fair and accurate depiction of what occurred?
yes.
Judge, I would like to offer that body worn camera into evidence.
And what is the exhibit number?
States exhibit 1.
All right, so let's go off the record a moment, and if I can have Yes.
Do you recognize this DVD?
Yes,
Are those your initials?
yes,
Judge, at this time, I'd like to enter into evidence States Exhibit 1.
All right, state you may proceed.
Creating what's marked as States Exhibit 1. Do you recognize this DVD?
yes,
Are those your initials?
yes,
Have you reviewed the footage?
yes,
As to your knowledge, is it a fair and accurate depiction of what happened,
yes,
except to comply with legal rules of evidence?
yes.
Judge, at this time, I would like to offer States Exhibit 1 into evidence.
right.
And Judge, I've reviewed this body worn camera and there are some redactions made. Given those redactions, I have no objection.
All right, then states exhibit number 1 with redactions are admitted into evidence without objection.
Sorry.
Was anybody else at the scene when you arrived?
Yes, there was an adult male, few juvenile children.
Were any statements they gave to you in compliance with what actually occurred statement for you?
Yes, the.
Judge, I would object to those as hearsay without a foundation being laid at this
All
point.
right, that'll be sustained.
Did you take statements from any children? I've seen.
Not officially, but they voluntarily spoke with me as I was gathering information.
What was their demeanor like?
The female child that was speaking to me matched her mother. She cried a couple times during her statement to me that she gave.
Did they give you a suspect description as well?
The juvenile boy that was on scene, he gave me a nickname of the individual. And what he was wearing.
As for the household, did you observe any notable facts when you arrived on scene?
Yes, I saw there was a dent on the door.
Was it a sizable dent or what kind of dent?
It was a pretty sizable dent. I could see it from the street where I was, and then when I got close to it, it looked like someone hit it pretty hard.
Was the suspect description that they did that the household gave to you, were they all pretty much in line with everybody else's?
Yes,
The information that people gave you on the scene, was it consistent with the intelligence you received from headquarters?
yes,
And their statements were consistent with each other's?
yes.
Judge, permission to publish date one?
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
All right, then you may publish. And Norma? If Joseph states he needs a breakout room, just let me know. I'll close and recreate another one.
What's going on? Oh, my sister-in-law came here and her wife, she lived with her boyfriend, but her boyfriend came with two other guys in an SUV. The boy kicked my door in and drugged her by the hair. And I said, get out of here, I'm gonna call the cops. The two guys were pointing the guns at the kids with a laser on it.
Good officer, and was the information relayed to you by the people on scene? Was it being relayed to other units and they were acting as a search team?
Yes.
And did you obtain custody of the defendant at any time?
Yeah, that, of course.
And do you see him in the courtroom today?
I'm sorry.
Do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes.
Can you please point him out with an article quoting?
Gentleman in the orange.
And when you obtained custody of him, did you obtain any of his personal belongings?
Yes.
What did you find in it?
Large amount of money. 2 cash out debit cards, 1 food stamp card, belonging to the girlfriend, I believe, and 1,100 in cash.
And do you remember whose name was on the cards in the fanny pack?
Yes, the cash out debit cards were under Alonzo Taylor, and the that card was under Jack's pen. I don't remember last.
And were there any other substances in the bag?
Yes, there was a small amount of marijuana in the back.
And how do you know it was marijuana?
Due to the odor, based on my training and experience, I believe the green substance, leafy substance that I saw in the clear bag inside the bag was marijuana.
There's passwords.
Defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Officer Galvan. Just have a few questions for you. My name is Jonathan Alvarado. So you were basically the first officer on scene, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, are you a witness for this case? For Taylor?
Yes.
All right, so the rule has been invoked. All right, you may continue.
When you arrived on scene, you said you were able to notice a large dent, and I think you said you could even see it from where we're actually paused at in State's Exhibit 1. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Did you notice any other signs of physical force regarding the door?
No,
Just the dent?
the dent.
Okay. Like no splintering, correct?
No,
No doors off the hinges, correct?
no,
No broken locks, correct?
no.
And I don't believe it was you, but somebody took some photos of the door, right?
Yes.
Okay. And in those photos, you don't see, you call it a large dent, but you don't see necessarily any footprint or something like that that would indicate that it was kicked, for example.
Correct.
There's no, you didn't notice any footprints, that's my point.
No, I did not see that.
And to be clear, the individual you spoke to, whose name is Ashley Hurd, she said that the suspect had actually kicked the door, right?
Yes,
And have you seen doors before that have been kicked in?
yes,
Okay, and you would agree with me that oftentimes they have footprints on them, right?
yes,
Especially if it had happened recently. And so you don't really know what that dent was what it was caused by. Is that
correct.
fair?
Yes.
You mentioned that eventually you took custody of the suspect, my client, at headquarters, right?
Yes,
Okay, and you said you found some stuff in his bag, right?
yes,
Including what you believe to be marijuana.
yes,
You didn't do like a field test of the marijuana, right?
no,
And as far as you know, that marijuana was never sent to a lab for confirmation to be illegal marijuana.
not to my knowledge.
Fast witness, Judge.
All right, any further questions? Witness excused or subject for recall?
Excuse by the state, Your Honor.
Used by defense.
All right, the rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone while this hearing is pending. All right, if you'll just leave the exhibit with the court reporter and you are excused. State, call your next witness.
Heard.
Can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Just make sure you keep your voice up so everyone can hear. If you'll state your name for the record.
Ashley Hurd,
All right, you may proceed.
Ms. Hurd, how old are you currently?
30.
And is it your understanding that you are here for an incident that occurred on November 10th of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
On that day, did you live in Bexar County, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
And what was your address on that day?
144 Nelson Avenue,
And is that located in Bexar County?
Bear County, San Antonio, Texas, 78210.
Thank you. And on that day, who was living with you at your home?
It's me, my boyfriend, my daughter, and my boyfriend, my daughter, and my nephew.
Okay. And how old is your daughter?
My daughter's 12 years old,
And how old was your nephew?
9.
Okay. And so on that day, did anyone arrive to your house shortly before the incident that was your report?
Yes, ma'am.
Who was that person?
Jasmine.
And do you know Jasmine's last name?
It's probably still Oribe because she was married to my brother, but I'm not sure if she changed it to San Brano.
Okay. And so regarding Jasmine Uribe, you said that she was married to your brother.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that how you know her?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and did she share a child with your brother?
Yes, which was my nephew that stays with me was staying with me at 144 Nelson.
Okay, and what was your nephew's, or what is your nephew's name?
Christopher Paul Jr. Oribe.
Okay, and was he present at your home on November 10th of 2025?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so when Jasmine arrived at your residence, what happened?
When she arrived there, my nephew and my daughter were there. I was in the shower. I had just gotten out. I was in my room. They came. They're like, "Hey, well, my nephew."
Objection, hearsay. Objection, hearsay.
The same with regards to hearsay.
So you can't say what anyone told you, but I guess where were you, when Jasmine arrived?
In my bedroom.
Okay, and, at some point, did you exit your bedroom?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and did you make contact with Jasmine Leva?
Yes, ma'am.
And that was inside of your home?
Inside my house, in my hallway.
Okay, and about how long was she there for?
Probably like maybe 5 minutes.
Okay, and then what happened while she was there?
The children came back to my room less than a minute to tell me that the boyfriend. was-
Objection. Oh, yeah, objection hearsay, Judge.
All right, that'll be sustained.
So without saying what the children told you, at some point did the children get your attention?
When they were screaming and hollering that the man was outside with a gun.
Okay, and so did you exit your?
I exited my bedroom.
Okay.
All right, so
and-
here's the thing. So I know sometimes people get into conversations and you finish, somebody's question before they even finish the question, you start answering. But it makes it difficult for the court reporter to take down what's being said. So if you could wait till the question is finished, then
I-
answer.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
And if somebody objects, just stop speaking because I need to rule on it.
Okay.
And if you don't understand my ruling, ask me what that means and I'll let you know if you can continue to answer the question, okay?
Yes,
Thank you. All right.
Okay, and so at some point, did you become aware that somebody was at your door?
when I exited my bedroom.
Okay, and the person that was at that time, was the door to your home, the front door of your home, was it open or closed?
It was closed.
Okay, and at some point, did the door to your home become open?
When he forced entry to my home
Okay, and how did he do that?
with his foot.
Okay, did you, allow him to enter your
No, I
home?
didn't.
And how long have you been living at that home prior to this offense?
For a year.
Okay, and did Jasmine ever live at that home?
No, she didn't.
And did the defendant ever live at that home?
No, he didn't.
And on that day that he was at your door, did you provide him consent to enter your home?
No, I didn't.
Okay, and so, how did he enter into your home on that day?
Like I said, he forced entry with his foot, took 2 steps in, snatched her by the head, drug her outside.
When you say snatched her, who are you referring to?
Alonzo Taylor,
Okay, is that the person that snatched?
that grabbed, yes, that snatched her by the top of her head, took her off her slide and drug her outside.
Okay, and the person that he was dragging, who is that?
Jasmine,
Okay, and so after the defendant obtained custody of Jasmine, then what did he do with her?
he drove her all the way outside of my yard, took her to where there's a street pole, and there was 2 other guys there with him. When he already had got her by the head, he was on my porch walking out with her by the head, dragging her, and the other 2 boys came around there. I was telling Alonzo, hey, let her go. He said, I don't give a fuck about none of that, and continued. The other 2 guys came from around where they were standing with the car, by the car. They came with the gun, pointed it inside my house, while my daughter was there. The laser was on my daughter's chest. I told her to get out the way. My nephew happened to run across, and the laser happened to be on him. Then I proceeded, I'm calling the cops. I slammed my door and they were still out there. My nephew and my daughter was the one who witnessed them have the guns pointed. Why Jasmine was on the floor covered. She was scared, but she couldn't get out of it because of course she's a little girl. She was short, little, no meat. He had all control.
Okay, now you mentioned that you called 911, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Now I'm gonna show you what has been marked as State's Exhibit number 2. Can you take a look at this for me?
Yeah, that's the 911 call.
Okay, and regarding State's Exhibit number 2, you've reviewed it prior to today, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and when you listened to it, did you add your identifying mark on it to recognize
Yes,
it?
ma'am.
Okay, and when you listened to it, did it appear to be a fair and accurate description
Yes,
of the
ma'am.
call that you made?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I'm tendering State's Exhibit number 2 to the defense and offering this.
Your Honor, I've reviewed State's Exhibit 2. I have no objection.
State's Exhibit number 2 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish.
Granted.
Wonder, Peter, do you need police, fire, or EMS? The guns in the car, and then I see my sister-in-law in the car. Okay, what's your address? But when is the gun inside my house and I have to. What's your address? 144 Nelson. 144 Nelson. They put her in the corner with the gun. It's pretty funny. They put her in the corner. Hello? Hello? Yeah, I already have the call up. What's your sister's name? This is her daughter. Her name is Jasmine. Give me my phone. Her name is Jasmine Olive. Where does the boy live? You know the address? What's your date of birth? Do you know date of birth? Mine was 9/11/95. Jasmine's date of birth. She got the card too. April, I don't know her birthday. I know. April 1970. Okay, what was she wearing?
I'm gonna pause state exhibit number 2. So in the background, we can hear what appears to be a small child providing a date of birth. Who is that?
Her son.
And how, okay, and how old was he at the time again?
9.
A jacket with jeans. What color jacket? What color jacket? Yeah, look at her jacket, red. You know who took her? No, he kissed it, the boy kicked it open. Sis, where are you? Did they just drop that out of our house, bro, with 2 guns? What? The guys, yes. Do you know who the kicked through the door? The guy was pointing the gun at Naya and Chris and all of us right here inside the house. Did you call the cops? Yes. Sis in her car parked outside. He grabbed her by the hair. They threw her in the car and took her. Oh my God. Did you see what car? Yes, there's a white SUV. Those 2 guys were coming behind them with 2 guns. Okay, what kind of vehicle was it? It was a white car. I don't know.
SUV?
Our neighbors have cameras.
Okay, was it white SUV?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know who these people were?
Okay, I don't know I don't even know their address or anything.
But do you know their names?
What's his name, sis? His name. He goes by June. And get inside, Chris. Chris Melvin. He said they just call him June. Get his foot on. Okay, here, let me send you his address. Send me his address, please. Sis, I don't know. Oh my God, they had the guns pointed at her. Oh, yeah. He was pointing the gun at the kid. Like, you're freaking them out. You're doing it in front of them, just chill. You can't. Well, let me look it up. I'm gonna send it to you right now.
Is this your court?
Why did they come back?
No, it can't be. It is me.
The motherfucker, he started pointing out the gun. Okay, we're, if you have to let them know. I can't talk to my.
Officers are almost there. Officers are almost there. Can you see the officer?
No.
Okay, they're coming in. Coming around the corner. Do you see them?
No.
Okay, what's your name?
I think my name's Ashley Hurd.
Okay,
It was 3 guys.
okay.
It was 3. Eran 2 parados en el carro. Ya estaban afuera de la carro.
I mean, you see the officer there?
Yes, yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Ms. Bird, and so when officers arrived, did you speak with them?
Yes, I did.
And at some point, did you come into contact again with Jasmine Udiva over the phone?
Yes, I did.
And, well, sorry, going back to the person that kicked your door in, were you able to provide the officers that made the scene with a description of him?
Yes.
Okay, and what was that description?
Well, he had a fro, he had the red jacket on with the black fanny pack, and I believe he had gray sweatpants on that day.
Okay, and then jumping forward back to when you're talking to Jasmine on the phone, did she provide you a location of where she was?
No, because she was scared.
Okay, and what was her demeanor when you were talking with her on the phone?
Shaking, shooken up,
Okay,
because she wasn't able to talk.
You have to call speculation, Judge.
Sustained.
so when you were speaking with her on the phone, were you able to hear noises that she was making?
Yes,
Okay, and what was a noise that she was making?
it was just her huffing and puffing, like also stating that leave her.
Objection, hearsay.
All right, the objection to hearsay will be sustained.
Without saying what she told you, so you just stated that she was huffing.
Huffing and puffing,
Okay.
out of breath.
Okay. And when the police made your location, did they take photos of your home?
Yes, they did.
Okay. Now I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 3. Can you take a look at that for me?
Yes,
Okay, and have you previously viewed the contents of State's Exhibit number 3 prior to your testimony?
yes, ma'am.
And when you reviewed them, did you affix your identifying mark on them to be able to recognize it?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you reviewed State's Exhibit number 3, did it contain a fair and accurate depiction of 14 photos that were taken of your home?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, the state is tendering State's Exhibit number 3 to defense for inspection and offerings.
I've reviewed these photos. I have no objections.
All right, exhibit number 3 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish.
Granted.
Okay, Ms. Hurd, I'm showing you what is marked on State's Exhibit number G as 1_. What is this photo depicting?
My house,
And what is this right here?
the street,
Okay. And regarding the photo 2_, what is that showing?
my house,
And 3_, what is that?
my front door.
4_,
That's where he kicked it.
and when you say that, are you referring to this area right here?
Yes,
And what is that?
his footprint. Well, that's where he kicked it.
Regarding 5_,
Yes.
is that showing the same thing?
It's just for the dentist and cause the brown part, it was already there.
And 6_ is just showing the dent, is
Yes,
that correct?
that was already there.
Okay, and that's it, the damage contained in 7_ was already there.
Yes,
And 8_, is that showing the same thing as 7_?
yes,
And then 9_, is that just showing the locking mechanism of the
Yes.
door? And 10_, is that just showing the reverse view of the locking mechanism?
yes.
And then 11_, what is that showing?
That's just, that been there, that been like that.
And then 12_, if I zoom in, what is that right there?
That's her slide that he came up out of when he started dragging her out the door.
Okay, when you say her, is that
Jasmine.
community bed? Okay. And what about 13_?
That's Jasmine.
Okay,
That she left that there that night.
and 14_, who is that?
My nephew.
Alright. Judge, I'm sorry, but there's a lot of murmuring going on by the defendant and it's distracting me if he's instructed to be stopped.
He's counseling with me, Judge. I understand. I'll come keep his voice down, though.
Okay. And so after all of this occurred, did Jasmine Ziva ever make contact with you again?
After everything,
Yes.
yeah, well, she had gotten in touch with me just to bribe me in to sign an affidavit. She offered to pay me $40, and it was just, I don't like drama. I love my life and stuff like that. So I just did it because I don't like drama in my house. I love my children. I love my life. I have a good paying job. I don't do none of this. So all of this came unsurprisingly because she showed up at my house with all of this without even saying, hey, somebody's chasing me. Hey, this is what's going to be brought to your house right here at that point of moment. You never bring this kind of stuff to somebody's house, especially when they're not involved in that kind of situation. Whatever problems you have between somebody, you keep that between you and that person and take it to where y'all like that.
Okay. And so when you say that she reached out to you, did she like reach out to you over the phone or in person?
She called me the first time, then she texted me. She was like, what's her cash app? I'll send you the money if you type out the letter. She even sent me an AI chat, like, can you write it out like this? And I just did it. Like I said, I don't do drama. I love my life. And at that point, my life is in jeopardy as well because he still had two people outside with the guns. So I didn't know if she was going to send them back to my place if I didn't do it, or also if he would send them to my house if I didn't do it.
Okay. And did she offer to pay you money for that?
Yes.
So Judge, may I approach the witness?
Yes. And off the record for a moment.
So I'm going to show you State's Exhibit number 4. Have you reviewed the contents of this disc before your testimony today?
Yes, ma'am.
And earlier we talked about a phone conversation that occurred when police arrived to your home between you and Jasmine Uribe. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And State's Exhibit number 4, when you reviewed it, is that a fair and accurate depiction of the conversation that occurred?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Judge, at this time, I'm not offering State's Exhibit number 4, but I am offering State's Exhibit number 5, which
On State's Exhibit 5, Judge, I have reviewed it. There are some redactions. I have no objections given the redactions.
All right, State's Exhibit number 5 with redactions are admitted without objection.
permission to publish.
Granted.
Will be time is 5:51 p.m. To report any type of sexual abuse or sexual harassment, press star 511 when prompted to enter a phone number you wish to dial. For confidential support services, press pound 55 after this message. Press 1 to place it. Please enter your PIN number. After the tone, please say United States of America.
United States of America, United States of America.
You have 5. You have this call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. If an inmate mentions suicide or harming themselves, please call 210-335-6135 and report ASAP. Please note that the bear will call asking and arrest or release an inmate from custody. Thank you for using IC Solutions.
So look, remember how she got on the phone talking about some, the kids made statements to the police and shit. He said there was no statement of any kid saying anything to the police.
That's what it was. That's what it was. A statement from them.
He said if I wanted to, he said, look, you don't need an affidavit from the homeowner. He said he needs an affidavit from actually heard. And you,
Okay. Yeah.
he said, it doesn't have to be like a real affidavit for him. He said, y'all could just put affidavit on a piece of paper and put, like, I hereby say that, like, do this, that, you know what I'm saying? And put the phone number and contact info. But he said some people be, he said the notary, he said to get it notarized though, that if he doesn't affirm or notarize and gets like the paper notarized, he said that, it's because he said that he could like, he said if they don't get notarized in front of somebody that, like, if I go to court, she could always like change her word back and say like, nah, he did that, he did do that, she did like that. You know what I'm saying? But if she gets notarized, it's like a complete done deal, like, I got you.
Yeah.
I mean, so I don't know, it's try to finesse and get her to, go.
No, I feel it was more.
Yeah. Hey, but you lied though. She said there was only one witness, and she said she was a witness. She said that I came to the house banging on the door loudly. But I don't even do it. To be honest, I didn't bang on the door loudly, though. I think I was a whole bang right on the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she said that. She said, I came out, I banged on the door loudly, and when nobody picked up, I kicked in the door. He said that it did say that in the police report that there was a dent by the door handle. But he said, no, there's no pictures, and he said, I asked him about the door frame. I was like, it's like an old trap house, you know what I mean? He's like, the door frame would got kicked in too. And he was like, that is true. He said the door frame now, they just say the little dent by the door. But he said that, she just said that, I guess I came knocked on the door loudly. And when y'all pick up, I kicked in the door, grabbed you by your hair, and dragged you by your hair. Then they said that, she said that, then he said that, she said, what's really making me look bad is that she said that, like, really, bro, like, when that shit happened, I really didn't have any acknowledgement. Like, I really didn't know why he was tripping until we got in the car, you know what I'm saying? I really didn't look, I wasn't even looking that way when all that shit went down. But he said that, she said that both of them had guns. And when they try to come and retrieve you, they were both up to guns at them. They put them at gunpoint. But while threw you in the whip.
Okay.
I was like, maybe that's half. I was like, that's not even half the story. Maybe that's the end a little bit, but I didn't have no bounds, like bullshit. Like, and I know for sure, but might say no dang, I know for sure they go over there, didn't have no damn gun though. You know what I mean? Huh?
Yeah.
He said, you don't even need an affidavit, really. He said he needed from her. He said, she's a witness. He said, if anything were to go down, you go to court, they're calling her. He said.
What if she don't want nothing to do with it, she said?
Huh?
They said she didn't want nothing to do with it no more.
Yeah, but without her signing an affidavit, and, I basically had to take the trial type shit.
Okay. True talk.
Yeah, so I don't know, try to, throw her some little braid or something, I don't know.
Yeah, sure, asking me to help her, for sure. Trying to help everybody.
Sure, you wanna help? Shit. I was like, you need some help? Shit, I need some help too, man.
Okay, Ms. Heard, did you recognize the female voice that was depicted on state's exhibit number 5?
That's Jasmine
Okay, and do you know who the male's voice is?
Alonso.
Okay, and the information that they were speaking about on state's exhibit number 5 regarding when somebody says throw them some bread, do you know what that means?
Pay me some money.
Okay, and so that information that was being discussed about the affidavit of non-prosecution and payment in exchange for that, would that information then relates to you, to try to get you to fill out an affidavit of non-prosecution?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And ultimately, do you see the person that kicked your door in and dragged Jasmine out by her hair from your home on that day? Do you see him in the courtroom today?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please point to where he's sitting? And what color is he wearing?
Orange.
You pass the witness, Your Honor.
Right, defense?
Thank you, Judge. Okay, good morning or afternoon, Ms. Hurd. My name is Jonathan Overbroad. I'm asking you a few questions. Okay, so how long have you known Jasmine, just roughly?
Wow. 15 years?
Okay, quite a while.
Yeah.
How long have you known Alonso?
Probably about, I don't know him, I just hear of him because of my nephew. Like I said, he lives with me. Probably like 5 months, 6 months.
Okay, but you had met him before this
I
day.
never met him in person.
So you're saying this is the first time you've ever met him before?
When I seen him outside my house one time when he was walking the dog when he got outside of the car.
Okay, so one time prior to this.
Yes.
Okay. Had you ever spoken to him before?
Never.
Never. Now, this residence you're staying at the time, you said you lived there for about a year, correct? Okay. Now, who owns this residence?
My mother.
And that would be Jasmine's essentially mother-in-law as well. Okay. At some point in time, had your brother owned the house before his passing?
Did he own that house?
Yes.
He didn't own it. My mom owns it.
Okay. Did he stay there?
Yeah, he stayed there.
Okay. Did Jasmine stay there
Yes, she did.
while they were married?
While they were married.
Okay. And she's part of your family, right?
Sadly, yeah.
What do you mean, sadly?
Look what she causes drama. I
You-
wouldn't want to see her as family now.
So you're saying this is her fault?
It's her fault.
Okay. So let's talk about the day in question. Okay. So your testimony was that you're at your residence with your daughter and your nephew, and Jasmine and gets there at some point, right? I just got to say yes or no for the reporter.
Yes.
Okay. So Jasmine gets there, and then it was about 5 or so minutes, you said, or 10 minutes before somebody arrives, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And to be clear, you were in your bedroom when your kids came to you, or your kid came to you, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. And where exactly is your bedroom in this residence? And just give us reference to the front door.
In the back.
In the back.
Not too far from the door. It was in the back. My house is not that big. If you go inside, you can hear everything in the front.
Okay. But you didn't hear the commotion going on. It was your kids that brought it to your attention, or your kid, excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay. And when you come out of, well, let me ask you this.
Enjoying football games that I couldn't even enjoy.
I'm going to object to non-responsive, Judge.
All right, that'll be overruled.
Just wait for my question, which has to be Q&A, okay? So you're in your room, your daughter comes to you and alerts you that something's going on, right? Going on in the front door.
My nephew and my daughter, they were screaming at the same time.
Okay, so the kids come into your room and they alert you that something's going on, right?
Yes.
Okay. At that point in time, had you heard anything independently going on in the front?
When I stepped out my room.
Okay,
I came running, I jumped out my bed and the sports bra and my drawers, as big as I am.
so let me re-ask my question and just make sure you listen to what I'm asking specifically, okay? When you were in your room, had you heard anything independently going on in the front? Like,
No,
okay, that was my question.
okay,
And so you said you then heard something as you stepped out of the
Yeah.
room, correct? Okay, what did you hear?
him screaming and hollering, tell that bitch to come outside, tell that bitch Jasmine is come outside.
You sp-
Banging on the door at the same time, on the window. Matter of fact, I have a window and then it's my door. He's banging. Tell that bitch to come outside. Tell that bitch to come outside. She got my fucking phone.
Okay, and
And I told him, please leave or I'm gonna call the cops. I don't give a fuck about none of that.
okay. So you see that and you hear that? Is that what I'm gathering?
Yeah,
Okay. And at what point do you see the door come open, I guess?
when I told him leave or I'm gonna call the cops, he said, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I said, I stepped closer to the door and my door, that's when he forced entry. He kicked it, boom, and that's when he took 2 steps in, snatched her by the head and took her, drug her outside.
Okay. And so you were standing, is it like a hallway? Is it a living room? Like where were you
It's big
standing?
Open space. It's my living room, dining room, kitchen. Simple.
Okay. And when you first came out of your room,
Mhm.
do you know where Jasmine was?
She was right there on the like right here in the hallway. It's not like maybe 3-4 steps from the door.
So Jasmine was standing 3-4 steps from the door.
Yeah, and she was talking to him right there in the hallway, right there from my restroom hallway to the door. It's my door, restroom, hallway right here. She's looking catty corner, looking, and I asked her, I said, what's going on, Jasmine? He says, I got my phone. That's when he forced entry. He was not going by what I said. I'm calling the cops. Get away. My neighbors are here. They're hearing. We don't do that over here. It's a quiet neighborhood where I'm at. Nobody does all that screaming and hollering until and my neighbors do call the cops. And I told him if to prevent everything, they had just had a similar situation like 2-3 days before that.
So this is additional information that you're sharing now. As I ask you questions, you didn't share in direct. Do you also remember talking to detectives and police officers on the scene on the day this happened?
Okay.
I'm asking, do you recall that?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And this information, like this additional details, you didn't give him any of that information.
Give them what information that they had that simple argument days before.
No, you're adding details about
What details did I add?
pounding on the window, about these statements that he's saying to her and her talking back to him. Like those are things that you're saying now that you haven't said before. You didn't say on direct examination with the state, correct?
Okay.
And so let me ask again.
So is that just that little piece of additional?
I'm going to object to non-responsive, Judge.
Sustained.
You got to wait for the questions. This is not like you get to say stuff to me. The way the rules work is we ask questions and you have to answer. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to go to the moment that you're saying the door opens. Okay, the door is kicked in, per your testimony. Okay, you're in this living room area, this front area with Jasmine, and I assume your kids as well. Is that correct?
There.
Okay. And you said that Jasmine was 3 to 4 steps away from the door. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And then it was your testimony that when Alonzo kicks in the door, he took 2 steps in and snatched her.
And reached, grabbed her, snatched her. Yeah.
Okay. You said Jasmine's 3 to 4 steps. Alonzo takes 2.
Do you see how big that guy is? The reach is not that. Reaching. Come on, man.
Okay. So let me ask you this: when you saw the door being kicked in, what was your initial physical response? Like, what did you physically do?
What could I do?
I'm-
You took 2 people out there with a gun.
Had you seen the guns at this point?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Even the kid seen it. The laser was pointed on my daughter's chest.
But wasn't that after it had all gone outside?
Yeah, but still, you're sitting here trying to defend something. If it was your children, how would you have felt?
I'm going to object to non-responsive again, Judge.
Sustained.
So you got it. I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to get a rise out of you, okay? But you have to answer my questions, and you're adding additional information that I'm not asking about. Okay, so you just gotta wait for me to finish the question and just listen to the question I'm asking.
It's a heated moment because if you were in that situation, it's bring you back what happened that day.
Okay. So Miss Hurd, okay. when you're in that front area and the door gets kicked in, right? It's okay with whatever the answer is what the answer is. I'm just asking you, what was your physical reaction? What did you physically do?
Physical reaction. I just stood there and let him.
Okay. And at that point in time, what did you see anybody else do besides my client, besides Alonzo?
What do you mean? What did I see happen?
Like-
He drug her outside. The two little boys that were over there by the car, they came around. With the gun, they came to my front gate where the door opens. They stood there. I said, I'm gonna call the cops, and he put the gun out. My daughter was standing in the doorway. I told her, get out of the way. My nephew happened to run across the beam, hit him. So what else do you want me to explain?
Well, I have a lot I need you to explain. Okay. This is going to go for a little bit. You got to just take a breath. Okay. It's all right. So my question is, would you agree with me that if somebody kicks in a door and you feel threatened by them, that oftentimes someone would either like try to run away, try to push somebody out? Like, did any of that happen?
No, because
Okay.
this
So
is-
objection non-responsive. Objection non-responsive.
Overruled.
Did that happen? Yes or no?
Yes.
What, they pushed him away or you ran away?
No, I'm telling you, I didn't have no physical anything. I just stood there and let him grab her. What did you want me to do?
I'm asking you a simple question. It's a yes or no.
No.
Okay, thank you. So, and then you say that he starts to bring her outside. And I want to be clear because I don't know if you meant to say this or not. You said on direct that he had a gun, like in reference to Alonzo. But Alonzo, you never saw Alonzo with a gun ever, correct?
No.
Okay. I want to make sure that's clear. So you never saw Alonzo with a gun. The people you saw with, hold on. The people you saw with guns were the two other individuals, correct?
Yes, I said that.
It was a little unclear to me. I was just trying to clarify.
Okay.
Okay. So you never saw Alonzo with a gun, and your kids never saw, or the kids never saw Alonzo with a gun, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, as according to your testimony, Jasmine's being brought outside. Do you and the two kids go outside?
I ran outside.
Okay, you ran
I
outside.
tried to stop him from dragging her.
Okay, so you outside, and so that's when you see the two individuals that were with Alonzo, allegedly. Okay, and had you recognized those people at all? Like, did you know who they were?
I don't know neither,
Okay.
none of them.
Okay.
How am I gonna recognize them?
Well, that's my question. Okay. Now, they were standing, I believe, according to your statement, they were standing like by the street. Is that fair?
Yeah, on the curb by the car, yeah.
Okay. And so again, as Alonzo, according to your testimony, is taking her to the car, at some point you're saying that after Alonzo's towards the vehicle is when these two individuals point these weapons, correct? Okay. But those weapons, as far as you could tell, like you couldn't see exactly what they were, right? Like, okay. I'm gonna go back just a little bit, okay? I apologize for going out of order. When the kids came into your room to get your attention, do you know where Jasmine was? Was she with you in the room or was she somewhere else?
Was Jasmine in the room?
Yes.
No, she wasn't. She was standing right there by the door, like if she knew he was chasing her.
By the front door?
Yes,
Okay.
right there where I said she was right there in the hallway. And she did state that yes, she doesn't know why she came to my house. She should have went where she always goes to her brother's.
I'm
house
gonna
where they
object to
always do.
non-responsive, Judge.
Sustained.
So just ask a question and the answer is regarding the question. You're adding additional information again. That's why the objections are getting sustained, ma'am. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you about this door, okay? So the door, is it common that you're gonna keep it locked, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep it up.
And obviously it was locked on this occasion, correct?
The kick door there.
Okay, again, you have to answer my questions, okay? You're adding additional information.
Oh, Lord Jesus, you're.
So the door, it's common for you to keep it locked, correct? Is that a yes, ma'am?
Yes.
The door on this occasion was locked, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The pictures we looked at, you indicated that the dent was, from your understanding, from the kick,
Yeah.
correct? Okay. But then you mentioned that there was a lot of damage that was already pre-existing, correct? I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay. And that that damage, I mean, there was no splintering of the door frame. Would you agree with that? You just gotta say yes for the reporter.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. There was no like the lock itself was not like dislodged, correct?
No.
Okay. The lock itself was not dented or bent. You would agree with that?
The door what?
The lock itself
No,
was
it
not.
wasn't because they were just replaced.
Okay, so they were strong. They were new. They
Yeah.
were new locks. Okay. I think I got that. In the 911 call you made, there was mention about neighbors having cameras. Do you recall saying that? Okay. And is that like next door neighbors across the street? Like, who are you referring to specifically?
Across the street.
Across the street. And are you aware of any video that was ever obtained, or did you ever see any video yourself?
No.
Okay. I want to turn to the affidavit. So you did provide an affidavit at some point, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. In that affidavit, you were stating that it was you misunderstood essentially what happened. Is that fair?
That is from an AI that she copied and pasted from AI to send it to me tomorrow.
Okay. So my question was, in the affidavit, essentially what you were saying is that you misunderstood what was going on.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And you testified that Jasmine gave you, did she actually give you money or did she offer you money? The cash after you money? Okay. And of course, I would imagine that there's some records of that, correct? Okay. Now, at what point in time did you inform the district attorney's office of this?
What do you mean?
That Jasmine had cash apped you? Like when did you tell the prosecutors?
When I got subpoenaed.
Was it like today, last time?
Last court date.
Last time.
Yeah.
Okay, so last time you alerted the prosecutors that a cash app had occurred, correct?
Yeah.
Had you ever turned over any documentation regarding that?
No, but I can.
Okay, so you've never, like leading up to today, you have not actually provided that to them,
No.
correct? Okay. Isn't it true that your daughter was the one who actually opened the door?
Negative.
Isn't it true?
My daughter didn't even mind the door.
Isn't it true that a few weeks after Alonzo was arrested and was in jail, that you, on Jasmine's phone, spoke to Alonzo? Isn't that true?
Yeah, because she passed me the phone.
She passed you
I
the,
told him that I didn't want nothing to do with it.
she passed you the phone, and isn't it true that you apologized to Alonzo
I apologize. What am I apologizing to him for?
for getting him arrested?
What am I gonna, he needs to apologize.
Did you apologize to him or not?
No, I didn't.
What exactly did you tell him?
That I didn't want nothing to do with the case.
Okay, is that all you told him?
That's all I said.
Okay. Pass witness, Judge.
State. All right, is this witness excused or subject for recall?
I would ask her to be subject to recall, Judge.
All right, the rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone. If you'll just remain around the court room, just in case you're recalled. All right, you may step down. State, call your next witness.
The state police officer Benavides.
Sure. Record. Could you raise your right hand for me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
My name is Jacqueline Benavides.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Officer Benavides, how are you currently employed?
I am a police officer with the San Antonio Police Department.
And how long have you been a police officer with the San Antonio Police Department?
With the San Antonio Police Department, three years.
And do you have any prior law enforcement experience?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what is that?
I used to be a police officer with the San Antonio Park Police for another 3 years.
Okay. Now what is your title and assignment with SAPD currently?
I'm currently a patrol officer on the east side.
Okay, and do you still have, or did you have that title and assignment on November the 10th of 2025?
And yes, ma'am.
All right, and were you assigned to a call on November 10th of 2025 under SAPD 25229610?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and do you recall how you got involved in that case?
I got involved because the nature of the call that was dispatched, and apparently the suspect lived in the residence where I worked at. So that's my district area as a patrolman, so I went outside to search the area.
Okay, and do you recall what that address was?
It's a Ben Dinkelman Apartments. There's 2 of them that are brother and sister.
Okay, and those apartments, are they located in Bear County, Texas?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, I know you were searching for the suspect, but was there also a person that you were searching for on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what was that person qualified as?
It was gonna be a female that apparently she was kidnapped.
Okay. And so in your search of the suspect and the victim, did you make contact with any of the suspect's family members?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
Do you recall their names?
I don't recall their names, but they lived in the apartment.
Do you have, or at the time that you were assigned to the call, did you generate a supplemental report?
Yes, ma'am.
And if you had a copy of that, would that help you refresh your memory as to the names of the involved parties?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Permission to approach the witness stand.
Granted.
So I'm showing you what has been marked for identification purposes only as State's Exhibit A. Do you recognize that?
Yes, ma'am.
And is that a fair and accurate copy of the supplemental report that you generated and for the case number we're talking about?
This is the case number. Was the siblings? Yes.
Okay, and would that help you refresh your memory as to the involved parties that were involved in the call?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so when you made the location at Vince Engelman apartment, did you make contact with any of the defendant's family members?
I made contact with the siblings of the defendant.
Okay, and at some point, well, I guess, so in your report, it reflects that a P3, that you made contact with P3, who was that?
P3 is gonna be the mother.
Okay, and what was her name?
Her name was Miss Tracy
And what was the last name?
Tejeda.
Okay. Now regarding the people that you made contact with that are related to the defendant, including his mother, were they trying to aid you in your investigation to locate the defendant and the victim?
They were trying to assist us to locate both, yes.
Okay. And when you made contact with the mother, was she in contact with the defendant at the time that you were searching for him?
Yes,
Okay, and was he willingly wanting to appear at that apartment complex?
from what she would say that he will call and said he would just. No, it took him a couple of times.
Okay, and so ultimately, about how long did your search take, if you recall?
We were searching for a good while. Call came out, I wanna say a good 30 minutes
Okay,
more.
and then at some point, did you make contact with the defendant?
Yes, we did.
Okay, and in your report, what is he notated as?
And the report, he is notated as P1.
And what was his name?
His name is Alonso Miguel Taylor.
And do you see him in the courtroom?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
Can you please identify him by an article of clothing that he's wearing?
The defendant's gonna be wearing orange.
Okay. And so then when you made contact with him, was he alone or was he with someone else?
He was with someone else.
And someone else, who was that?
I was gonna be,
And was that the female that you all were searching for?
yes, ma'am.
And what is she notated as in your report?
She is gonna be notated as P2, as Jacqueline Uribe.
And then ultimately, I guess on that day, were you working alone or with a partner?
With a partner,
And who was your partner on that day?
Officer Munoz.
Okay, and when you all made contact with the defendant, can you describe his demeanor with you?
When we made contact with them, they were both together and we separated them. He was talking to us. I just took the defendant, put him in my car, my partner took with the female, put him in her car.
Okay. And were you wearing a body worn camera on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm gonna show you what's been marked as Stacy September 6. Can you take a look at that for me?
Yes.
Have you reviewed the contents of State's Exhibit number 6 prior to today?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you reviewed the contents, did you affix an identifying mark to recognize it?
I just marked it, initialed it.
Okay. And when you watched it, did it appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of your body worn camera on that day?
Yes, ma'am.
And except to comply with legal rules, has it been altered in any way?
No.
At this time, we're tendering State's Exhibit 6 to your defense and offering the same.
I have no objection, Judge.
All right, State's Exhibit number 6 is admitted without objection.
Permission to publish.
Granted.
Okay, so I fast forwarded on State's Exhibit number 6 to 14 minutes, and I'm gonna play the exhibit from there. Okay, and what are we seeing on the State's Exhibit?
We're seeing the P1 and P2, both of them together at the apartment complex.
Okay, and the male, what color of top is he wearing?
A red sweater.
And does he have anything on his body that you notated?
He has a bag on him, like a fanny bag.
And then ultimately, after you placed the defendant in custody, did you transport him to headquarters?
Yes, ma'am.
And was that the end of your involvement in the call?
Yes, ma'am.
We have the witness, Your Honor.
Thank you, Judge. Just very briefly, good afternoon. My name is Jonathan. I'm asking you a few questions.
Yes,
When you observed my client and Jasmine, did they seem to be, well, I guess the Jasmine seemed to be in any distress?
She had like a nervous tick of just like the yawning, just talking, and that's about it.
Okay. And you agree with me, encountering police officers for some people can make them nervous, right?
Some people.
Okay. I still get nervous when I get pulled over. So with regard to Jasmine again, did you notice any kind of visible injuries, anything that would have stuck out to you at the time?
No.
Okay. And do you remember if both parties were wearing shoes?
I don't recall.
Okay. Maybe we just saw on your body wearing camera. I mean, would it surprise you that Jasmine was wearing shoes?
I'm not mistaken, she was wearing sandals.
Okay. Or some sort of footwear?
Yeah.
Okay. I pass witness, Judge.
No further questions. She may be excused, Your Honor.
From defense as well, Judge.
Discuss your testimony with anyone until the hearing concludes. Maybe excuse. Thank you. Sit, call your next witness.
The state calls Detective Martinez. Did you meet the?
Raise your right hand. You solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
do.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. Please keep your voice up so everyone can hear.
My name is Detective Jaime Martinez.
Detective Martinez, how are you currently employed?
With the San Antonio Police Department.
And what's your title and assignment with the San Antonio Police Department?
I'm a detective with the Night Criminal Investigations Detail.
Okay, and how long have you been a police officer?
This April will be 29.
Okay. Now, as a detective with the Night Criminal Investigation Division, and just for short, is that Night CID?
That is Night City.
Okay. So as a detective with Night CID, were you assigned to complete some interviews under SAPD 25-22-96-10?
Yes, I was.
Okay. And did those interviews occur on November 10th of 2025?
Yes.
All right, and in that case, did you conduct an interview with the suspect in the case?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and before you took a statement from him, did you read him the statutory warning in 3822?
Yes, I did.
Okay, did he acknowledge that he understood his rights?
Yes, he did.
And then did he agree to speak with you?
Yes, he did.
Okay, and so what offenses were you seeking to speak with him about?
I was investigating an aggravated kidnapping and burglary of habitation with intent to commit an assault.
Okay, and so when you took a statement from the defendant, was it recorded?
Yes, it was.
Okay. So I'm gonna show you State's Exhibit number 7. Have you reviewed the contents of this disc prior to your testimony?
Yes, I have.
And did you fix an identifying mark on it to be able to recognize it in court here today?
Yes, I did.
Okay, and when you watched State's Exhibit number 7, did it appear to be a fair and accurate depiction of the statement that you obtained from the defendant in this case?
Yes, it was.
All right, and has it been altered in any way?
No.
Okay. At this time, the state is tendering State's Exhibit number 7 to defense and offering the same.
I've reviewed this. I have no objections.
Exhibit number, is that 7? Sorry. Yes. State's Exhibit 7 is admitted without objection.
Okay. Now regarding the statement that you took from the defendant, what did he tell you about Jasmine Uribe?
He told me that she was his girlfriend, and they resided together at his mom's house, apartment, I'm sorry.
Okay. And the night regarding the offense that you were investigating, did he tell you that him and Jasmine had been together on that night?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And ultimately, did he explain to you what happened that led to her leaving his location?
Yes, he told me he was involved in an argument with her, and that she took his cell phone.
Okay. And did he explain to you what was his next step after she left the location that he was at?
Yes, he told me that he tried to run out after her, but she already had left.
Okay. And so did he tell you to encounter her again?
Yes, he told me he went over to, I believe it's her sister-in-law's house.
Okay. And her child was there at that time, correct? Jasmine Uribe's child was at the sister-in-law's house, correct?
Yes,
Okay. And what did he explain happened, or what did he explain to you happened on that day?
he explained to me that he ran after her and wasn't able to catch up to her. She had already driven out of the complex. He gave $20 to 2 people that were in the parking lot and asked them to take him to the home. He described one as an older gentleman and one as a 12-year-old, 11-year-old child. He gave him $20 for the ride, and he asked the older gentleman to post up, is what he said, in case somebody went hands on him to help him out. And then they drove him over to the home in question.
And then regarding his entry to the house, did he make any statements regarding that?
He said he knocked on the door and they opened the door. He was at the doorway, and he said that his girlfriend stepped through 2 females, and he reached out to her and he grabbed her by the shoulder, and she proceeded to walk out towards him. And then they walked to his vehicle that was parked on the side of the home, and then they drove away.
Okay. And then in his interview, was he telling you that or was he contesting the ownership of the home in question?
I believe he said it was his girlfriend's home, due to it used to be that the home belonged to her ex-boyfriend that passed away. I believe that's what she said. And that the people there weren't the ones who owned the home or resided at the home. It belonged to the mother, so something to that effect.
Okay. But earlier in his statement, where did he tell you that Jasmine Uribe lived?
With him.
Okay. And that's not at the residence where the offense occurred, correct?
Correct.
And ultimately, did you ask him whether, well, I guess, did you take statements from other witnesses?
Yes, everybody who was at the scene.
Okay.
Short of her son,
Okay.
because he was a child, so I didn't take a statement from him.
So did you take a statement from Ashley Hurd?
I did.
And then Anaya Martinez?
I did.
And Alindy Jonty?
I did.
Okay. And were all of their statements consistent with one another?
Yes, they were.
Okay. And were their statements inconsistent with the rendition that the defendant provided you?
Yes, they were.
Okay. And I guess regarding, did you tell him the rendition that the other witnesses had relayed to you? Did you tell the defendant that?
Yes, I did.
And did you ask him if he believed that the other witnesses were lying?
Yes, I told him if his version is the correct version of it, then are they lying? And he said he didn't know.
Judge, just for economy purposes, do you want to watch the state's exhibit on your own, or do you want me to publish it?
I mean, I'm gonna be able to cross-examine the detective judge. I think it's into evidence now. If you want to review it, it's before the court, so I have no objection to that at this point.
Once both parties have rested and closed.
Okay. We've had the witness.
Good afternoon, detective.
Afternoon.
Hey, my name is Jonathan Alvarado. I'm asking you a few questions.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you mentioned that you spoke to everyone who was, I guess, at the scene when you got there, right?
Yes.
Except the young kid, right?
Yes.
Okay, and one of those people, excuse me, was Lindy Gianti.
Yes.
Is that correct? But you would agree with me that Miss Gianti, she was never actually present for the events that happened, right? Like she never told you I was actually there.
Now you could, I'd like to look at my report real quick to see which one is I interviewed like 4 people and everything.
I understand. So you need your report to refresh your memory?
Yes, I do.
You're on permission to approach the witness.
Right.
So I'm handing you what's been marked as Defense Exhibit 1. This is a copy of your report.
Mhm.
You want to just go over that. And once you're done reviewing it and once it's refreshed your memory, you don't mind looking up so I know you're done reviewing it.
Okay, now I know you.
Okay. So do you see the witness I'm referring to?
Yes.
Okay. She wasn't
I was
actually.
confused because you said her. It's
Oh, is it?
it's a male.
Oh, my apologies. I think I messed that up. My bad. He was not present, correct?
Yes, he said he was there.
Okay. If there's testimony that the only people that were present, according to Ashley Heard, was herself, her daughter, her nephew, and then Jasmine and Alonzo, would that contradict then what you learned from that witness?
Yes, because he told me he was there.
And you stated on direct that the statements by the individuals were consistent or corroborating each other, but the statement of Jasmine, to be clear, that did not corroborate the other people's statements, correct?
Jasmine, right.
Jasmine being the person who they were saying Alonzo had dragged out of the residence.
Correct.
Okay. She never told you she was dragged out, correct?
Objection.
Excuse me.
That's
Thank you.
Bless you, Judge.
I'm sorry, if you will repeat your question, then your objection.
The question was, she never told you she was dragged out.
Objection, hearsay.
Say.
Now, in your interview with my client, the discussion about the 2 individuals that were with him, you've been a detective for a while, I imagine, right?
Yes.
Interviewed plenty of suspects, right?
I have.
And I'm sure you're familiar with the, I guess sometimes the want to protect somebody, right? And not get them involved if they're not already known, right?
Correct.
Was that what you interpreted him to be doing?
It was difficult, but I assumed that he was protecting the people that were with him because they were claiming to be armed. I don't think he wanted to get into trouble.
Right, because they were the ones that, according to everyone, not just Alonzo, but according to everyone, those were the only 2 people who had guns, right?
Correct.
Nobody saw Alonzo with a gun.
Right.
And so you'd agree with me, having a gun, given the allegations, is something that would be even more serious, right?
Correct.
Okay. Because I think at one point you even tell him in the interview, like, your story regarding those 2 guys does not make any sense. You told him something like that, right?
Right.
So you were the NCID detective on this case, eventually went to a different detective, right?
Correct.
And that detective is the one who does any follow-up, right?
Yes.
Okay. Were you aware that there was mention of surveillance video or potential surveillance video or cameras from neighbors? Were you aware of that at all?
No, because I didn't, once it leaves my hands that night, it goes to the follow-up and he's the one who has to look into any of that kind of stuff.
If there's been a 911 call played from Ashley Hurd calling 911 where she mentions that.
We're off the record. So the parties are To me. All right, we're back on the record. And you may proceed.
Sorry, Detective. We were talking about follow-up investigation, and I asked you about some surveillance video. And I think where I left off was if there had been a 911 call that was admitted into evidence earlier from Amber Heard, or Ashley, I keep saying Amber, Ashley Heard, stating that there was surveillance video from neighbors. Did she ever tell you that? Do you recall? Did anybody tell you that?
No.
Okay. And you never personally reviewed surveillance video, correct?
No.
And you mentioned that you wrote this up as an aggravated kidnapping and a burglary of habitation charge, correct?
Correct.
And are you aware that upon being, I guess, really magged, the only charge that he was charged with was burglary of habitation?
Jack, that's not an accurate statement. The testimony was that he was investigating an aggravated kidnapping and a bird hunt. The defendant was only booked for a bird hunt.
All right, then state you'll be able to ask that question on redirect.
And I guess that's really what I was just trying to clarify is like you were investigating different charges, but as far as we are here today, the only charge that he's charged with is burglary of habitation.
Yes.
Correct. And are you aware that the follow-up detective, whose name is Detective Alicia Pruneda, that she actually said that at this time, the aggravated kidnapping charges, as well as deadly conduct charge, had insufficient evidence or insufficient probable cause and did not submit them, and said they were pending further investigation.
Jack, say and lack of personal knowledge.
Sustained as to hearsay.
I pass witness, Judge.
No further questions and excuse my state your own.
Excused by defense.
All right, the rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone until this hearing concludes. Thank you. And if you have any exhibits up there, if you'll leave them with the court reporter, please. All right, state, call your next witness.
The state calls Stephanie Griffith.
And everyone, there's excuse me, there's a CSO, Amaris. Yes. Okay.
She's gonna be part of this.
All right. All right, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth so help you God?
I do.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Stephanie Griffin.
All right, state, you may proceed.
Ms. Griffith, how are you currently employed?
I'm employed with Bexar County Community Supervision and Corrections Department.
And how long have you been employed with the Bexar County Supervision Office?
A little over 3.5 years.
Okay. And what are your duties within your employment?
I'm a field unit officer, so I do home visits, whether it be monthly visits, referrals that officers send.
Okay. And on November 10th of 2025, did you conduct a field visit regarding an Alonzo Miguel Taylor?
I did.
Okay. And can you explain to the court, do you remember where the field visit was conducted?
At the apartment that he resides at.
Okay, and was that like on Vince Engelman Road?
Yes.
Okay. And upon arrival at the location, did you encounter him initially?
Yes. When I knocked on the door, he answered first.
Okay. Or I guess upon arrival at the location, did you have to wait for him to arrive at some point?
Not for him to arrive, but to answer the door.
Oh, okay. And so when you made contact with him, was he alone or with other people?
There were other people
And was it inside or outside of the apartment?
inside.
I guess, do you make entries into Cronus about your interactions on field visits?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Do you make entries into like the Bear County Supervision's office? Like case tracking system regarding what happened on the field visits that you conduct?
Yes.
Okay, and would it help you to refresh your memory if you were able to review a copy of that entry?
Yes.
Judge, can I have a minute?
Yes.
So I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit B. If you can look at the notes under the field visit. And then just give me a second. Okay, so I'm showing you State's Exhibit B. If you can just look at that to refresh your memory and make sure that that's the fair and accurate rendition of what you input into the system, please.
It is.
Okay. And so regarding your visit, upon arrival, did you conduct like a visual scan of the exterior of the location?
Yes.
Okay. And did you encounter any issues with that?
I did not. My partner was out by the end of the hallway where he could see the bedroom window.
Okay. And so did you knock on the door of the location?
I did.
Okay, and how many times did you have to knock before someone answered? Approximately. A few or many times?
At least twice.
Okay. And you stated that you had to wait for the defendant to open the door, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And so when you made contact with him, what was his demeanor with you?
It's just kind of like, oh, you're here.
Okay. And in fact, the court had ordered field visit 1 time per month, is that correct?
Yes.
And you hadn't seen the defendant for some time, is that correct? Prior to this visit?
Prior to that visit, no.
All right. And so when you were speaking with him, did you ask him whether he was employed or not?
I did.
And what was his response to you?
That it was something like that.
Okay. And did you ask him anything further regarding his response to you?
I did ask him what he meant by that.
And what was his response to that question?
That it was side jobs.
Okay. And I guess, were you able to ascertain who was staying in the home with him? That apartment complex?
At that field visit?
Yes. Did he tell you who the individuals inside of the apartment were?
He told me that there was a man there and then his girl.
At some point, did you make entry into the apartment unit?
We did.
Okay, and then regarding the mail that was there. Did he say? What did he say regarding the mail that was there?
At first, he said it was somebody that was just sleeping on the couch. That they were, forgot the word. Can I look?
Yes, you can refresh your memory, just don't read from it.
That he was squatting.
Okay. And then ultimately, did he tell you that he knew this person?
Later, he said it was a family friend.
Okay. Then when you entered the apartment, did you enter the defendant's room?
I did.
Okay, and what did you encounter in the room?
There are no visual probation violations, but I did see the Santa Muerte shrine that I had never seen before.
Okay. And was there any bottles of any substances that he's not supposed to have on probation?
There's many alcohol bottles next to the statues.
Okay. And then regarding the Santa Muerte, do you know what is significance of that?
I know that a lot of people worship it as a protection.
For criminal activity, correct?
Not all the time,
Okay.
but I have seen that.
And then I guess, do you know, was the defendant's mother living at the location?
On that field visit, she was not there.
Okay. Did probation have suspicions that she was there in violation of court orders?
Yes.
Okay. And then regarding his attitude, can you just explain to the court the attitude that he's had towards his field visits and probation?
He just never wanted to engage in any kind of conversation. It was very short answers all the time. And just like he didn't want us to be there and to hurry up.
We pass the witness around.
Any questions?
Just briefly, Judge. It was not a condition that Alonzo couldn't like be in contact with his mother, right? Just that his mother could not live with him. Is my understanding correct?
I believe so.
Okay. But you were saying I guess there was some suspicion that she might be living there or living with him in the same apartment.
Yes.
Okay. Was it ever brought to your attention or were you ever told that she may have lived in the same apartment complex, but not with Alonzo?
Yes.
Okay. And regarding the statue, I mean, you basically testified like you don't know exactly what that was for, but you've heard about it basically. Okay. I pass witness, Judge.
Were you aware that the defendant's mom called probation and said that she had actually asked him to reside at her apartment when he was released from state ISF in violation of this judge's order?
I would object to hearsay, Judge.
All right, that'd be sustained.
No further questions, Judge.
Nothing further from me, Judge.
All right, is this witness excused?
By defense, Judge, yes.
Excused?
Yeah.
All right, the rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony with anyone during the pendency of this hearing. All right, thank you. You may step down. And if you'll leave whatever exhibits with the court reporter, please. State, you may call your next witness.
Judge, at this time we rest.
All right, defense, do you have any witnesses?
Yes, Judge. We want to call Miss Brittany Alvarez, I believe the CLO who's on the
She should be on.
Zoom.
All right, any objection to the witness appearing by Zoom, State?
No, Judge.
Defense, any objection to the witness appearing by Zoom?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Taylor, do you have any objections to this witness appearing by Zoom? All right, Officer Alvarez, if you could unmute for me, please. All right, and could you say something so we can make sure that we can hear you?
Hello?
You can just say testing.
Testing.
All right, thank you. Could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand if you'll state your name for the record.
Yes, so Officer Alvarez.
All right, defense, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. Is it Officer Alvarez? Is that how you say it, ma'am? Okay. So my name is Jonathan Alvarado. I hope you can see me. I'm going to ask you a few questions. I'm Mr. Taylor's attorney. Have you been his probation officer his entire time on probation?
I have not.
Okay, when did you become his probation officer?
I became his officer when he was released from ISF in November of 24. I supervised him from November 2024 to March 2025. I was out on leave from April to August. And then I started supervising him again from August to October, right until he was arrested. So roughly 7 to 8 months.
Okay, understood. And as a probation officer for Bexar County Adult Probation, you have access to essentially Mr. Taylor's probation file. Is that fair?
Yes.
And are you a custodian of records of that file?
I'm not, and I don't understand what do you mean by that.
Like, are you able to access that in the course of your regular practice or business, that being a probation officer?
Whatever's in CSS, yes.
Okay.
Or relative to this case or his probation.
Gotcha. So I just have a few questions regarding Alonzo while he was on probation and your supervision of him. He's pled true to a few different violations of him not submitting to drug tests. Do you have those violations in front of you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And regarding those violations, were you aware, or were you told by him that he was struggling to submit on different occasions? One, because he did not have a ID or license. Were you aware of that? Or do you remember that?
I'm going back to, sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm going back to March 21st because that's the only one where I've directly sent him to go. I directed him to go. All the other drug tests were directed by other officers when I was out. I'm not aware of that.
Okay. And it's not in the notes anywhere, as far as you're aware?
Not as far as not having an ID. Sometimes he just reported that he didn't have the financial means to drug test.
Okay. And that was gonna be one of my next questions. And I think additionally, what was it relayed to you, or are you aware that he oftentimes did not have a ride to go submit?
Yes.
Okay. Because I'm looking at the court summary, there's violations of failing to submit from March to July of 2025. Do you see those?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And then in September of 2025, there was a hair sample. Are you aware of that?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And that was done, I assume, because of the failure to submit from those previous months. Would that be fair?
Yes, just based off of him saying he doesn't have money or a ride, so the hair follicle was offered because it was free and could be done in office.
Okay. And he did submit to that.
Yes, he did.
And that came back negative, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And at least from what I can tell here, he only tested positive once, and it was for marijuana back in October of 2023. Is that fair?
Yes, I do want to note that the hair follicle test does not drug test for marijuana. It tests for everything else but marijuana.
Okay, understood. And that, just to go back to that October 2023 test, that was before he went to ISF, correct?
Yes.
All right. I pass witness, Judge.
No question, Judge. All right, is the witness excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the rule has been invoked. You're not allowed to discuss your testimony during the pendency of this hearing.
Okay.
All right,
I'm
thank you.
excused. Thank you.
All right, defense, call your next witness.
Judge, re-rest.
All right, then the court will hear argument. The witnesses who were excused from the courtroom, did anyone want them back in or no?
Not particular, Judge.
All right, then before you all do argument, the court will find, as previously stated, that violations 15, and I believe this is number 3, is that correct? Or was it 13?
15, 3, and 7.
And he pled not true to 7 on the First Amendment, but he did plead true to the number 3.
All right. So, and the court will find violations 2, 15, and 3 true based upon his plea of true. And the court will hear argument with regards to the violation of condition number 1, which was the allegation of burglary of a habitation, and violation of condition number 7, which is related to marijuana. Is that correct from both sides?
Yes, Judge.
All right, then the court will hear argument. State?
Just to be clear, do you want us to argue for what we're asking for now, or?
Well, I'll hear the argument for the not true first, and then I'll make a decision on whether it's true or not true, and then I'll hear argument based upon what each party is asking for.
Okay. Judge, so we believe that we've proven violation of condition number 1 and violation of condition number 7 by a preponderance of the evidence. Regarding violation of condition number 7, the officer testified that he had transported the defendant to the magistrate, and upon arrival, he searched the defendant's fanny pack and found a green leafy substance that he recognized from his training and experience visually and by odor as marijuana. And then regarding violation of condition number 1, the burglary of habitation, you heard from the homeowner, Ashley Heard. She was a person that was living at that residence at the time of the offense and a year prior. There's been no evidence that she does not have the greatest right of possession regarding all of the parties that were involved in this offense. And then regarding I know defense has made arguments about regarding there was forced entry or not. Ultimately, I believe that we have proved that the defendant did force entry into the location. However, that's not required by statute. All that's required is that he break the plane of that front door without the consent of the homeowner. And I believe that we have proven that by a preponderance of the evidence. And then regarding the assault that occurred, you heard from Ashley Heard that she observed the defendant enter the residence, grab Jasmine Udiba and drag her out. That was corroborated by the 911 call, the excited utterance that was entered into evidence. And then some of the photos of Jasmine Udiba's belongings still being at the residence when the police arrived. And even in the defendant's own statements, he is trying to protect himself and contest the legal elements of what occurred. So he's, saying, well, he's trying to contest entry, and he's like, well, I didn't force entry, but he admits to being in the doorway when we have the homeowner who's continuously said that she can provide him consent to enter into the location. He contests the assault, but not really, because his rendition of it is that he just gently grabbed Jasmine Udiba. And then he's trying to contest consent by saying that Ashley Heard is not the owner of the residence. However, she is the person that was living there on that day. She has the greatest right of possession to that residence. And then ultimately, what is the most telling is that when the detective asked him if the witnesses are lying, he says he doesn't know. And so we would ask that you find both of the violations true.
All right, defense.
Thank you, Judge. I'll start with the marijuana violation or allegation, Judge. I think with that, even though it's a lower standard of preponderance of the evidence, Judge, the most they have there is probable cause just based off the smell and the appearance of it. But as the court's aware, the reason the DA's office doesn't file those charges is because it's such a hassle to get them tested by the lab and actually validate at this point in time that it is marijuana, and he wasn't charged with it regardless. The burglary habitation charge, that's obviously the big contention here. I think what it comes down to, Judge, is do you believe what Miss Heard is testifying to today? And she was a very, I can't think of any other word besides hostile witness in regards to her answers. And, you know, I get that she didn't want to be here, but not being able to answer simple questions, to me indicated that she had an axe to grind, and she was going to take it out on Alonzo. And what I think is the most telling regarding that is the lack of physical corroboration to her testimony. Because in this situation, Judge, she emphatically stated that Alonzo kicked down the door, and that at that point in time, he came and, in her words, snatched her, Jasmine. The physical evidence does not corroborate that. There's a dent in the front of the door that the witness says is caused by my client. That's the only person that testifies to that or gives any evidence of that. What she does say is that the damage to the door that was observed besides the dent had been there previously. She testified that she had new locks in the door. She testified that she even had a door stopper, or like she said a kick door stopper, another protection to keep the door from being kicked in. But she wants this court to believe that my client, who honestly is not that big, and in one kicked down that door, but left no physical damage to the door frame, the lock, or this door stopper. I just don't think that's credible, Judge. I think her attitude on direct and cross reflects that. And so if that's the witness that the state wants you to believe, Judge, I just don't think that she's credible enough to find this allegation true. My client's interview, where he gives his statement, I think the state is trying to say that he technically admits to burglary habitation, but I don't believe that's true either, Judge, because he states that somebody opens the door for him, and that once the door is open, he takes Jasmine behind her back, like by her shoulder, and takes her outside, like, come on, let's go, kind of thing. That would have been effective consent if somebody opened the door for him. And I guess also, what would be then the crime of which he intended to commit upon breaking the plane? If that's how we're gonna phrase it. I don't see what crime it would be, because he's not kidnapping her. If he's just saying, like, hey, come on, let's go, like, that's not kidnapping. And so if you don't believe Ms. Heard's testimony, I don't think that the violation has been met. It hasn't been met by preponderance of the evidence, and we'd ask you deny. We ask that you deny those allegations, Judge. He has pled true regarding the probation violations. Thank you.
All right, this is what the court is going to rule. With regards to violation number 7, the court will find that violation not true. With regards to violation of condition number 1, the court will find that true. Does any state, what are you requesting?
Judge, we are asking that you revoke his community supervision and sentence him to 10 years in the prison. The reason that we are asking that is because this defendant has shown to the court, this is the 3rd time that he's shown to the court that he has no interest in rehabilitating himself and being a productive member of society and stopping to fail to commit crimes or to even comply with his terms of probation. So, Judge, I want to talk about the initial plea. So he's on deferred adjudication for felon in possession. At that time, the state was not opposing his application, but we were not recommending. And so this honorable court took a chance on him because was a young individual. And what does he do? He goes and picks up an MTR that had 29 violations, I might add. And so the court, having mercy on him, allowed him to go to state ISF and gave him specific instructions that upon release, he was not to reside with his mother. So he goes to ISF, he's released, and what does he do? He fails to submit to UAs multiple times. He's commingling with his mother when he's not supposed to. He's having this nonchalant, lackadaisical attitude with the field visit officer. He's possessing many liquor bottles. He's having a shrine of Santa Muerte. And moreover, he's committing additional offenses. He's hanging out with two guys that have firearms that they're pointing at a house and two children. He has displayed to this court many times that he does not intend to rehabilitate himself or be a productive member of society. And I would like to add that Ms. Almaraz testified that he wasn't submitting because he didn't have a ride and he didn't have money, but I take issue with that, and that he was able to find a ride to go to Nelson Avenue. And when he was arrested,
There's someone at the door.
he was in possession of $1,100. And he admitted to Ms. Griffith that he does not have legal employment. For those reasons, Judge, we're asking that you sentence him to the 10 years.
All right. And if those are people who want to be in the courtroom, as you all know, the courtroom is open to the public. So since both parties have rested and closed, those who were under the rule, they can be in the courtroom. So do you have anyone that
You can
you,
go check who it is, Judge, if you don't mind.
and excuse me, could you pass the defense a trial court certification? It's right. Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
I can come through. A couple people are gonna come in, Judge.
Okay. All right. Well, there's a trial court certification. If you can make sure that's filled out, and then if there are witnesses for the defense that want it to be in, I'll wait for them to come in for you to do your argument.
Okay, Judge.
Have a seat.
May I proceed, Judge?
Yeah.
Or do you want me to do this first and
Yes, and
Okay.
then, yes.
This is your trial certification.
And I'll check the box.
Yes, Judge, I let that blank.
All right, thank you.
Situation.
Or I should say, if checking of a box is necessary.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. All right, and I'll hear your argument, counsel.
Thank you, Judge. Judge, we respect the court's ruling. I think the court can see why we did choose to contest the burden of habitation charge. But we do respect the court's ruling. The court has the ability to do a few different things here. My client is still on deferred adjudication, or was on deferred adjudication. You could revoke his deferred adjudication and place him on regular community supervision with an underlying term all the way up to 10 years. I would ask the court to take some mercy on Alonzo. He is a young man who, from a young age, has been part of the system. And in this situation, Judge, I think Alonzo made a lapse of judgment, totally his own lapse of judgment in pursuing Jasmine to that home. I think that much is clear. He should never have done that. But regarding what happens next to him, I think sentencing him up to 10 years, Judge, for a felon possession charge is too much, quite honestly. He was on for a third-degree felony this is his first, we know that was his first adult case. And so if you are going to sentence him to prison, judge, we would ask that you sentence him to the lower end of the range of punishment. But again, we are asking for the mercy if you give him the felony conviction to continue him on with regular probation.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
I'm sorry, I just have one more thing, because the predicate felony, was a felony conviction out of Lee County. I believe that was his first adult felony conviction. But anyway, this court has given him mercy before. He's a danger to our community and we're asking you for 10 years.
So, Mr. Taylor, when you were first placed on probation in this court, I realized that you were very young. The state was silent on their application, on your application for deferred adjudication. But I gave him deferred because he was very young. And I do believe the other matter may have been a juvenile matter that he ended up going to what previously was known as TYC. That's why it was a felon in possession or unlawfully carrying of a weapon by a felon. So I placed him on deferred adjudication. And I tried to give him conditions that would hopefully help him get his life in order. And then we came back on another motion to revoke. And I realized that there were some issues, and I tried to address those issues by setting certain conditions to address those issues. And so I am going to, I don't think there's anything else I can do for him. There's no other condition that I can give for him. So what the court is going to do, the court is going to grant the motion. The court will find him guilty. The court will revoke. The court will give him credit for any time served. The court will give him credit for any time served for the successful completion of ISF or any other inpatient treatment, which is dictated by law. The court is going to order that there's to be no residing in any households with minors. There's to be no contact with Jasmine Uribe. There is a $1,500 fine, time and money to run concurrent, and the court will sentence him to 10 years in the prison. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? All right, you have a limited right to appeal. That right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you were on deferred adjudication. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney.